Have you looking for dessert you haven't heard in a while? Well, here it is. The pineapple upside down cake originated in the 1920s from the term skillet pan, and it became very popular in the mid-1950s and 1960s, where this cookbook is from. The items you will need are flour, granulated sugar, brown sugar, milk, salt, sliced pineapple, maraschino cherries, baking soda, shortening, vanilla extract, butter, and eggs. The first thing you're going to want to do is wash your hands. And then what you're going to need is a bowl, a spatula, a whisk, some measuring spoons, measuring cups, a sifter, or a strainer, a big bowl, and your pan around 10 inches. You're also going to need a can opener, an electric mixer, and silverware. You will also need a liquid measuring cup. Next, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. What we're first going to do is cut butter to 1/3 cup, as you can see in there. And you're going to put that in your pan and you're going to melt it. You're going to want to put it in for about 10 to 30 seconds, depending on how long it takes to melt. It may take longer depending on your type of butter and your type of microwave. When your butter is done, it should look something like this. If you have extra butter, you can just put it in the fridge for later baking. To measure your brown sugar, you're going to want to put about half a cup of it in here. And then you can take a spoon and you can pack it down. And then as you pack it down, add more. You may need to repeat this step until the measuring cup is full. And once you have your half a cup of brown sugar, you're going to want to spread it evenly around your butter mixture. If it's clumpy at all, you can just mix it around. Make sure it's spread evenly though. This step is meant to caramelize your pineapple once it's in the oven, and once you flip it over, it gets a nice color. This is what your mixture should look like while it's in the pan. Now we need to open the pineapple to place in the pan. With this type of can opener, you can just set it on top and watch it go. And there we go. Now you're going to want to strain the pineapple juice out of your pineapple can. You're going to put a towel underneath it so it doesn't leak everywhere. Now you can do this part with either your fork or your hands. It's really just personal preference. I'm going to use my hands because they are more fun. You're going to want to place these in whatever design you prefer. I'm just going to do it around like this in a circular pattern. There we go. Now we're going to open our maraschino cherries, and we can bring them back over to the sink to strain them as well. And you can place them wherever you desire in your cake. I'm going to go with inside the pineapple tube. This is what it should look like at this stage. Now you're going to set your pan aside, and now we're going to start the cake mixture. Now you're going to want to mix together 1½ cup of flour. You're going to want to level off your flour to make sure that you have the right amount. You are now going to want to take 1 cup of sugar and add it to your flour mixture. You're going to level off the sugar as well. Now you're going to want to add 2 teaspoons of baking soda. You're also going to want to add ½ a teaspoon of salt. Now you're going to want to take a spatula or a spoon and mix together your flour mixture. This is what your mixture should now look like. You are now going to want to take about a 1/3 cup of shortening and add it to your mixture. In this case, I use a measuring cup to measure out my 1/3. Make sure you get all of it out, otherwise you may have an uneven amount. Now we're going to measure out our teaspoon of vanilla. Now you're going to take your liquid measuring cup and measure out 2/3 cup of milk. If you bend down, you can really get an accurate reading. After you have all of it added, you can get your electric mixer and bring it over to the nearest wall. After you bring your mixture over to your wall, you can plug in your electric mixer and begin to mix. You're going to want to beat for 2 minutes until the mixture is fully added. While mixing, you're going to want to make sure that you scrape the sides to make sure you get all of the batter and ingredients mixed together. After you scrape the sides of your mixture, you're going to want to add 1 egg. To crack an egg, you can either tap it on the side of the bowl or you can do it on the side of the counter, whatever way works for you. After cracking your egg, you want to make sure you have no eggshells in your batter. When the egg is now added, now you can beat for 2 more minutes. While mixing, you're going to make sure that you scrape the sides very frequently to make sure you get all of the mixture. After mixing, your batter should look a little bit like this. Now you're going to take your batter and spread it around evenly in your pan. You're going to want to make sure that your maraschino cherries and your pineapple are covered evenly and that you cannot see them through the batter. It should look a little something like this. You are now going to want to place your pan in the oven. And you're now going to set a timer for 40 to 50 minutes until your cake is done. While the cake is baking, you can take the time to clean up your workstation. Once your cake is done, you can take it out of the oven. Here's what your cake should look like when it's out of the oven. Once your cake is out of the oven, you're going to grab a flat surface, such as a pan, and you're going to flip your cake like this, and just let it cool there until it's ready. After it's cooled down, you can lift up this, and your cake should be ready to eat. And now for the moment of truth. Voila. This is what your final cake should look like. Now you may cut the cake and serve warm. And serve. I hope you have learned a little something about how to make a pineapple upside down cake in this video. And if you decide to make it, I wish you good luck and I hope it tastes good. You're gonna want to sprinkle it. You're gonna want to. For this type of can opener, you can just set it on there, or not. If your brown sugar is at all like stiff or hard, you can just kind of. That sounds so dirty-minded. No. For this type of can opener, you can just set it on there and watch it go. Are you not gonna talk about it? How you open plastic maraschino cherries. Oh. Spoiler alert. Get a towel. My mom's counter. Get a towel. Oh god. Yes, one single thing. That'll do.